Why don't we start with your name?
47.
That's not a name.
No, but it is mine.
What exactly are you?
An assassin.
And you're here to kill who?
You should really let me go.
Last time I checked, you're the one locked in here with me, and I'm the one with the gun.
No, Mr. Sanders. You're locked in here with me, and you just brought me mine.
I think it's interesting that all three of you are trained actors that really got to hone your craft in drama school, but also in the theater in the case of both of you. And I'm just wondering how that plays into a film like this where the characters are either extremely detached from their emotions, or in your case, Hannah, in touch with them.
I mean, I think this world is really, there's a heightened quality to the world, a sleekness to the world. And, you know, I think my training comes into play often in my relationship to my body and my physicality, and we were doing a movie like this. I mean, it was great to know that Rupert and I could show up to training and have a similar, if not identical, understanding of the mechanics of fight training, and that's something that I know that I acquired when I was in school and comes from the theater and is a part of my experience. Yeah, you know, and then I think from that place, it really is just like you learn experientially. So my training has been my work, and every job I do, I learn more about how to do it better, or you know what to do next time, or you know I think that's part of what's so interesting about the experiences that we get to have when we move from project to project.
Yeah, I mean I think what Zach said is very opposite. There's a kind of a trust and oh hell, I may as well just try, and if I humiliate myself, it doesn't matter. That I think the theatre and also training is great for. It's particularly great to know that it's just you on bare boards or whatever, and you have to throw yourself into something, or nothing will happen. And sort of generating that magic out of nothing is the essence of theatre, and also of storytelling. And obviously in film we have so many other wonderful things. We have these beautiful sets, we have cinematography, we have locations which aren't in the theatre. So, but I think the root of it is the same, which is this inherent belief, as Zach said, in the world. If we can believe in it, then everyone's job of creating it around us is made that much easier.
Love, what's so interesting about this film is if you isolate the fight sequences and you just watched them as they play out in the film, I think they really tell a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Because it plays out like a dance, and for you, Hannah, I mean, she's reluctant at first, and then she really finds her strength in that. So I was wondering if you could all speak about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that you noticed that, because we worked hard on making sure that the fights weren't just set pieces, they told the story as well. So you notice in the first fight between Zachary and I, he's barely even an opponent. He's kind of not even worth the time of day. And then as the film goes on, 47 realizes this guy is the ultimate opponent, and that arc is what makes those fights different from each other, and for us as actors, I think makes them storytelling tools rather than just action sequences.
Yeah, I mean, every bit of fighting that we learned and fighting techniques that all of us learned were very much discussed, and we were very specific about it in terms of our characters. It wasn't just ever mindless action, and it enriched what we were doing. For example, I mean, Katia, in my build, I'm very small, so I worked with fight choreographers to work out how we could make it believable that I would be able to take on men, and am I giving away the story, and fight and hold my own, and I found that really interesting, and I'd never done any sort of fight work before, and that aspect of it is brilliant, and it really, you know, it helps your character and it helps bring everything to life.
Rupert, it's interesting because I noticed such strong parallels between your character on Homeland, Quinn, who I think is such a compelling character on TV right now because he is this trained killer, and yet gradually he starts to question why it is he's carrying out these acts.
Spoiler alert.
The statute of limitations has run out on that.
That's fair.
But I was just wondering if you brought anything that you learned, you know, honing that character, crafting their character for all these years.
To me, they're almost kind of inverse of one another, because, you know, I think Quinn began as someone who was very human and in touch with his emotions, and quashed them to be able to do the job he does, and that they, as you said, eventually do kind of erupt. Whereas 47 has been designed to not do that. And as we see in this film, it's the erosion of that quashing of emotions, that kind of like the cracks starting to appear as he self-questions and explores his own humanity, that make him either the world's worst designed killer or the world's best. And I think that's where this could go.
Run.
We're gonna burn this program to the ground.